Hi everyone. If you stumbled upon this video on YouTube, this is actually for a course that I'm taking through Fresno University, but feel free to watch this. I plan to quickly take you through a lesson that I did graphing linear equations in three variables. Hopefully you perhaps can pick up some points, and if you would like this particular flip chart, please contact me and I can send it to you. But again, this mainly is to do this for my course. Right here would be a video. This would be my little hook. I'm not sure if it's playing. Doesn't look like it's going to play while running Camtasia. It's too much for my machine. But little hook with video games and comparing the old classic 2D games with computer games of today where it's 3 dimensions. That's my little hook for the students, but they're going to learn how to graph points, and again, this is a concept that's relatively hard to visualize just on a two-dimensional piece of paper. So I have these little walk them through how to be able to graph point X, Y, and Z, and again, they would be, taking notes, and then I would call on students to be able to come up and then demonstrate what they just learned on the previous example, and then we would check their answers. But I would call on at least 3 different students to be able to describe to the class how they can plot a point. And then once they do that, point of plotting points is so that they can then eventually plot planes. And so this will take them through the steps to be able to graph a plane, X, Y, and Z, an equation in 3 variables. And once they get at least 3 points, the X, Y, and Z intercepts, they'll connect that, and then that actually is supposed to look like this. So again, I used layers and connected and a whole bunch of different ways to visualize a 3-dimensional plane in this lesson. Okay. Then I would call on someone to come up and then again demonstrate and have kids give a chance for students to work out this problem at their seats, then call on somebody to be able to then put the answer on the board, and then we will then check that answer. The nice little feature of the Promethean, you can put it on top and then use the transparency slide to reveal what's underneath. Okay, so there's the answer, and again I would check students' work. And here's another application problem, where again, I would go over this example in their book. We would go over what this actually means, and this would be the solution, and to be able to then graph. And again, I would talk about graphcalc.com, which is a site that they can download a free graphing calculator if they have a PC. Then I end, once I go over all that, we then get everyone involved, and I have 6 questions for the response systems. So we would go through that, check for understanding, go over all these questions, and then ask any questions, and then give them assignment, to be able to demonstrate that they understand this. And then the next lesson then would be really the application. Why do they really need to learn about graphing variables X, Y, and Z? So that would be the follow-up lesson, the application. So again, this was mainly for a class. I wanted to quickly record this. I'm only going to do one take of this, but hopefully you could learn something from it. Take care.